Welcome to Meet the Hero League, and this episode is with Ematrion of Team JerseyBoys, and he will introduce Team JerseyBoys to you. So Ematrion, please introduce Team JerseyBoys to us.
So in JerseyBoys there is Bacchus, who is from Vallis. He's a rifle that is really good at anchoring, usually B-sides on most map, solo B-side, very strong. There is Daven, our Swiss, German/Swiss-German sniper, living from Bern. Really good oper. We have Dave Son, which joined us for this season. Really good rifle, insane raw aim. And we have Musa, who is also a main oper from Geneva, like Daveson. And for substitute, we have P-Smith from Vallis, really experienced player, ex-rank G. He has a bit less motivation at the moment to play the game, but really strong standing. And Lerium from Geneva, also extremely strong. Sniper as well, so we have a lot of sniper in the rooster. And myself also in the starting rooster with IGLing for the team.
So what's your goal for this season?
Our goal this season is playoff, semi-final, and from there see what's possible.
So Ematrion, why should we cheer for the JerseyBoys?
I think when you look at the other team, we're more like chill with we don't take the game too hard. We just join the server, we play, we try to show good CSGO without too much pressure, and we're just easy going like this. We're just playing the game because we like it, and we can still be some kind of good at it.
So Ematrion, which team are you most excited to play against?
CG, because it's cool to see Mamberi and Nikista back on the scene, and they have a really quality rooster. They can play good CS, and it will be exciting to see their current results. And I always love to play against challenging rooster.
So Ematrion, which team is the strongest team in the Swisscom Hero League?
I think it's quite obviously GAIJIN. They're coming back as champion. Rendix think is not there anymore, so they don't really have a direct contestant that can claim. They have insanely skilled player individually, a lot of experience together, but also individually in different leagues. So yeah, it's not close. They're the best.
So Ematrion, which team will take the spot of Red Instinct as a competitor to GAIJIN this season, if there will be anyone?
No one can really claim the Red Instinct spot because of all the experience they had, all the raw skill they had. But if we have to see a second one, it's between CG, I guess, because still Nikista, Mamberi, and the other, they're like really good individually with a lot of experience. Maybe us, because Mufasa, Fekir, P-Smith, and Daven, our player who have won Swiss championship. So also quite a lot of experience. Rank G with Mufasa, Fekir, and P-Smith. And maybe a third one is Babos Gaming, I guess. It's a bit harder to say. Like, there's no one really who can claim this spot.
So Ematrion, do you think the GAIJIN, aka New Kings roster, is better or worse than the old one?
Worth. Because when you make a roster change after winning a title, it usually hides that something is broken within the team, and they bring a player that was an XP monster that was not a CSGO active player in the last 6 months, but rather last year actually, but the Valorant player, which is also a second sign that it's the rooster is doing some they're doing choices that they maybe don't want to do, but like they have to do kind of to keep their expectation they want. I don't know if this makes sense, but yeah. So they're worse, not necessarily because they're weaker in terms of injury skill, but something might be broken in their winning mindset.
So Ematrion, what can you say about the newcomers, PriFu?
Well, they had their first experience at the Swiss highest level last season in the EuroLeague. They had let's say a rough season, but I also remember my first season where I finished last. I mean, the Swiss league back in the days. But I mean, it's always valuable lesson when you're not young, coming, that you just face team, learn from the best player, try to understand what they make them successful, and incorporate those elements into your own game to improve, with keeping what make you successful until then. So in that regard, they're dangerous. It's not about the bad result they had last season, but what they learned, and they're young, so they want to learn, and they can only make progress. So it's a team to keep an eye on. It's also a team we should not be too hard when looking. They will do mistakes. They will be caught. They will face player with 10,000 hours of play that will just know how to finish what they're doing. But they can only get better.
So Ematrion, give me a player to watch this season.
I guess Nikista, because he hasn't been there in the last few seasons. So he still is supposed at least to be one of the absolute best Swiss player in my mind, in my opinion. And maybe lost a bit of motivation or in the last year or something like this, but he still should be elite. And if he's playing this season in EuroLeague, it's because he got motivation to be back there. And yes, so the people who did not have the opportunity to enjoy this player in the last year, 2 years, will have this season.
So Ematrion, who's the star player of your team?
There's not one that comes out. I have four. I'm on the server. I am with 4 incredible talented players that each can play on their strengths. We don't do build around one specific guy, except when he's the only one with a weapon, for example, and we have to win the round. But otherwise, yeah, all my 4 teammates are free to do what they are good at and go for the kills they're good at. And this make our strengths in some game, but also weaknesses, because we like one by one handling area and stuff like this. But yeah, I really have 4 extremely talented players that I can count on their individual experience and talent, and I would just try when it's needed to make the adjustment.
So Ematrion, please give me a team that will surprise this Swisscom EuroLeague season.
Either Babos or Arctic Gaming, because Babos is seen as a good middle pack team, but they can do a lot of damage, I believe. And Arctic Gaming, I believe that no one really expects anything from them, and it's always the most dangerous team, those who nobody expects something from.
So Ematrion, is there anything else you would like to say to the fans at the end?
I would say one thing on a serious note and a more relaxed one. On a serious note, like whenever you have a problem, whether you're a player, an admin, or a fan, when you have a problem, it's always good to try to solve the problem in private. But when it doesn't work, you can always use the public way, like I did with the EuroLeague for the vetoes, starting in private, no solution. You go in public, and you can see that this season they fixed it. And it's something that took me a while to learn, that I always wanted to solve in private with no solution. You come in public, people have to deal with what they have to. And so don't hide when you have a problem. You can go public, people will support you, and it will help solving the solution. It's not about creating a drama, it's about solving a problem. And now on a less serious note, let's enjoy this season. There's a lot of structure, organization that try to give more to the player, and player that try to invest more time, more energy, more serious, and it's all for the good of the scene, better production, and we can once again enjoy a great, maybe even better season than the previous one, and go for better and better.
Okay, thank you very much for being here, Ematrion.